What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Uber Cooled Garage. On this week's episode, sorry to say, guys, no carbon fiber work. Hopefully it'll be next episode. The place that I ordered it from, it got lost in shipping twice now, so my resin never showed up. So I went ahead and ordered some different resin. It'll be here on Tuesday, so hopefully I'm working close to home this week. That way I can come in and knock out some carbon fiber work. The bug is getting pretty darn close to the bodywork being done. It's looking pretty good, so hope you guys enjoy. Last night off camera, I cut and fiberglassed in the other passenger side fender, so I still have a little bit of patchwork to do down here. Still have to trim up the top corner. As you can see, this passenger side headlight bucket was a lot worse than the driver's side, but the driver's side is still really bad. You can see it's got a huge gap. I mean, big enough for my finger to go into all the way around the headlight bucket, and they just threw on probably 2 layers of fiberglass on the actual bucket. So with all the flexing and everything, the Bondo actually cracked around the headlight bucket because the fiberglass wasn't strong enough to hold the headlight bucket. The fiberglass actually wasn't even bonded onto the bucket itself. So I'm gonna do it in sections, that way I don't mess up the position of the bucket. So I'm going to be fiberglassing this section here, getting it pretty strong, and then I will come over here and do this section and then do the next section. I am going to do it on both headlights, making it quite a bit stronger. As I was sanding down, you can see all the holes that somebody had drilled in the fiberglass itself. These holes here where this bolt is go to the front canards, so I'll be adding in an 1/8 inch steel plate that goes in there that connects to, and I'll add multiple layers of fiberglass on that to strengthen that whole entire section. I might actually even bring it into the headlight bucket to bring more strength in. Still not 100% sure yet, but we'll get the passenger side fender set up and then get the outside of the hood looking good, and then it'll be ready for some good fun stuff for the hood, and the hood will be ready for paint. So a couple more things on this and it should be ready to rock. If you noticed on the last video, I have these speed holes cut out in the fender. That's to allow radiator hot air to escape from the hood area. So those were only on the driver's side, and off camera I went ahead and drilled the other side, so now they are identical on both sides, which looks perfect. So now I can fab up the grill mounts all the way along both of these, and then fiberglass the rest of the hood, and then that back section will be done, and then I'll just have to do headlights, and then I can flip it back over, do the bodywork on the actual fenders, and then the hood should be pretty good. So we'll get to doing that. this is what it looks like before. Absolutely terrible. It's it just flakes right off. All of it. Headlight bucket. They didn't even attempt to do anything with it. All they did was stretch some fiberglass over it, and that's the passenger side now. So as you can see, it's tucked all the way down and in. It comes up to about here on the headlight bucket, and I'm actually, once I get all the way around the bucket, then I'll add like one more layer all the way around up here on this section to just to fill in the little bit of gap that there is. That way it makes a nice smooth transition. I am planning on sanding the entire inside of the hood, get it all nice and smooth, and it'll get painted. It's just gonna get painted black. That way it's, you know, not this ugly, gross color that it is. So it should look really good once it's done. I also got the studs for the horn grills, so I will end up making a box for that and getting all that situated, and got that epoxied and all the studs taped up, so I will be fiberglassing that here pretty quick. And then I still have to add about 2 more layers on this section here. So I'll do that, and fiberglass all that, and then the passenger side fender underneath is good, and I still have to do my stud stuff right there, and then fiberglass the rest of that one, and then should be looking pretty good. Oh, you're probably wondering what that bracket is for. If you look down here, it's hard to see, but there's tabs sticking out of the front. The vice grip's holding one of them, so there's 3 tabs underneath the headlight bucket. And I went ahead and welded a tab from there to the headlight bucket, so it'll bring a ton of strength into all of this. Those tabs are for the canards, so I went a little more aggressive on them, so the angles are a little bit different. Those will get drilled out and have stainless bolts running through those. So just got to finish up the passenger side one, which I probably won't film. I'll just show you guys when it's done. The passenger side fender is pretty much done. I have a little bit of cleanup and maybe one more piece of fiberglass in this section just to put a little bit more strength in it. And then I still have to do all the stuff in the headlight buckets and that rear section on that side. And I probably won't film that, save you guys the time, but I will get those done, and then I will show you when it's all complete. On the front side of the hood, this is the driver side front fender. So you can see there was just a little bit of spider cracking in here where the actual headlight bucket rim is, the metal rim. Luckily the driver side isn't that bad. If you came over here to the passenger side, all of this was all cracked out. So I went ahead and etched all of it out. This is all just Bondo, just a skim layer. So etched all this out, so I will be filling this with Bondo glass to bring some strength into it. I have also went ahead and all of the bad spider cracking that was happening in the Bondo, went ahead and etched all that out, so all of that will get filled with Bondo glass. And then from this side, now you can see my tabs for the canards. So these will get a hole punched in each one of them. That way the canard has something to bolt to, and it's, it'll be fiberglass into the body of the hood, and then it's welded into the headlight bucket. So all of this whole area here will have a whole bunch of strength in it. So all of these small holes will get Bondo glassed as well. This one and this one are actually mounting for the tilt. Same on that side. I'm actually probably going to re-drill them because I'm going to make a new mount for it. But after this stuff's done, there's only little tiny minimal nicks and dings here and there in the actual fenders that need to be worked. And then after that, the top side and the underside of the hood will be done. And then we'll move on to the rest of the body. Still doing the body work on the hood. I have been thinking about the canards since the carbon fiber stuff is coming here shortly. These are my original ones. They are a little on the small side. I'm actually doing a poll on Instagram right now, and everybody thinks I should go with these ones. So I will be making a fiberglass mold of this. More than likely it'll get molded to the fender, and will be made out of carbon fiber. So I'm veering more towards the right because it looks way more aggressive, and I really like the way that it looks. And it should make the front fender flares look a lot better. The actual flare itself will come down here and then start flaring out from there. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go with the bigger one. Makes the car look a lot more aggressive, and it'll look really good with the front splitter and the over fenders. So start making a mold of that. Threw the headlight in with the splitter rod in there, and I'm actually liking it even more. I may trim it down a little bit, but I don't think so. With the fender flares, it'll kind of shorten, make that look smaller, but it looks really good. Really like the way that it looks. So that is 100% yes on my part on the canards, and we'll get to making a mold. Alright guys, that's all I have for you this week. Next week's episode hopefully will
end up being a lot better and a lot more interesting. Sorry the hood work is taking so long. The hood was pretty badly damaged, and the more that I dug into it, the more I find. So hopefully by the end of next week the hood will be completely done, and then we can start moving on to finishing the minor stuff on the outside of the bug, and then we'll move on to the inside, get that stuff all set up, and keep pushing for more carbon work, and hopefully paint sometime in the near future. So we're looking pretty good. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Remember to like, subscribe, comment anything. I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can, and we'll see you guys on the next slide. Peace out, guys.